What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and this video I wanted to go a little controversial and kind of talk about something that doesn't really have a time limit to it. It's not like a news story that directly happened, although it's influenced by a news story that happened the day I'm recording it, okay? And it's Indiana Jones. Why? It's almost laughable what Indiana Jones 5 is doing. And I know a lot of other people, I've seen other channels that have talked about it. Some people have problems with the casting and stuff like that. It's here or there with me. I'm not the biggest supporter or critic of really any of the stuff that's happened regarding Indiana Jones 5, okay? I will say, though, it's just I don't have a lot of confidence in, it being good, it being anything worth making is actually and honestly, well, here's the deal. At this point of the game, you probably never should have made 4, but really you should have just left 1 through 3 alone, because it really almost does come down to, even if 4 was great, or you thought 4 was great, and if 5 turns out to be great, or you think 5 is great, or whatever, the thing is, it's not even just about measuring it up as great, and I would argue this for other franchises as well. Did it need to happen? Would it have been better if the movies didn't happen at all? One example I go to is my favorite film franchise of all time, Pirates of the Caribbean, and one obviously I talk about quite a bit. 1 through 3 is about as perfect as it gets. Specifically 3, in my opinion. I know not everybody's the biggest fan of At World's End. 4 was unnecessary, but obviously at the time I was like, yes, please give me more. And 4 ruined it. 4 really hurt it, and I believe 5 was better than 4 and got it back on the right track, and maybe it could be redeemed fully if they do a 6, or if they can't, with Johnny Depp and all that stuff, right? But really, as much as I do enjoy 5, even though I don't think it's the greatest thing, the point is, did they need to make 4 and 5? Would it have been better without those movies and just leaving it 1 through 3? The answer is yes. So the news story, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, on Wednesday, that's when I'm recording this video, Harrison Ford suffered a shoulder injury while rehearsing a fight scene for Indiana Jones 5. Now, okay, simple enough, innocent enough, but I couldn't have rolled my eyes more when I saw that. It's not against, Harrison Ford. He's 78 years old, 79, he's close to 80 if he's not already 80, right? It's absolutely insane that this is happening. It's turning into a thing where, obviously a lot of people expect it to just be very, female-centric, and maybe he passes the hat down to a girl, which, people will have their own problems with. People may respect it or enjoy it. I don't even, honestly, again, taking myself completely out of that situation, what I'll say is Harrison Ford has always said that Indiana Jones dies with him, and he doesn't want anybody else playing it. He doesn't want to pass the torch down to anybody else. It's just him, which is selfish, and I love it. I love that he thinks that way. There's very few other people do. I really pray he's stuck to his guns. You know what I mean? So, I don't taking myself, remove myself away from that. That doesn't really, we'll see what happens there. But I like Harrison's, his thought process there. But I respect the guy. I respect him a ton. But come on. Again, did you need to make the movie? No, he's too old. He's too old. Because, again, you're either going to have it be very pushed on somebody that's not him, or you'll have it be pushed on him, but it won't actually be him because of the flashbacks. Remember, there's been a lot of rumors and a lot of speculation based off of pictures that they're going to do, young Indiana Jones, basically flashbacks. So, who knows? Is 20% of the movie gonna be, well, okay, obviously he's not gonna be in every scene to begin with. So let's say he'd be in 60 to 70% of the movie just to start, in a normal situation. Okay, take away 10 to 20% because of his younger self. Take away 10 to 20%, or maybe even more, because they want to focus on other characters or kind of the Indiana Jones mantle to somebody else. Now, all of a sudden, is he in 20%? Is he in 15%? Is he in 30%? And you know what? Again, I don't blame that. I would understand it, because it's he's pushing 80. Why would he be in the entire movie? How could he do fights? And that's the thing. One thing I kind of respect about it, but it is still laughable, is suffered a shoulder injury while rehearsing a fight scene. So he will be fighting in the movie. You know what I mean? Him as an old man. Now, does fight scene mean him just, sucker punching somebody? That kind of wide hook that he tends to do in those movies? Is that all it is? Probably. That probably is all he can do. You know what I mean? There just comes a point where you can't do this anymore. These movies, 1 through 3 are timeless, but he is not timeless. You can't do certain things as you get up there in age. Now, I say it as a 24-year-old. Yeah, but I understand. I've trained in martial arts for a very long time. My teacher he was like 55, 56 when I started. Now he's in his early 70s. Can he do as much now as he could even in his 50s? Not even close. Not even close. And so it's like, you don't have to be old or young to understand how the body ages. You just have to like think about it for 5 seconds. It's just not. I don't know. I know I'm nitpicking. I'm focusing on very specific things. But I mean, my overall point is, I don't think anybody was overly excited when they heard this. You know what I mean? I feel like there's a lot of cautiousness where it's like, all right, like, fine, you're going to do it. Please do it well. Cross our fingers and pray, right? Stuff like that. Nobody was like, oh, yes, we finally got it. There's a 100% chance that they make it amazing. No way they're gonna mess it up. Nobody was like that. Everybody has come at this, I believe, from a very cautious perspective, okay? Then you have the stuff with kind of stuff behind the scenes and casting and stuff, which has riled certain people up. And again, if you don't care about that stuff, fine, no big deal. I don't care either in some respects. But then you have this is just laughable, right? He injures his shoulder. So it'll probably take the film 30 years to even film in general, because he'll just keep getting injured and you'll have to take some time off and come back. So I don't know. I don't really want to see a 78-year-old man do fight scenes, because there's just no way it's going to be him in the first place. You know what I mean? There's going to be a lot of jump cuts. There's going to be a lot of body doubles. That's just not him. You think he's going to get punched? You think he's going to be thrown around? None of that stuff would be him. He may throw a punch or two. That's it. You think he's going to be hanging from a car? No. You know what I mean? I don't know if he ever did that, but I mean, that's just never going to happen now. So I don't know. I don't want this. To be honest with you, I come at it from, you never should have made it. My best case scenario here is that you just don't disrespect him, Harrison Ford. You don't disrespect Indiana Jones. You don't disrespect any of the creative team that came up with this in the first place, right? Just do your best to not mess up the past, because it's not even a 50-50. It's probably lower than that you're going to make, that this movie's not going to be all that great. So really, after that, all that happens is just please don't destroy the past, because 4 already was bad enough, and it kind of tarnishes it a little bit. If 2 out of 5 are bad, you know what I mean, then that hurts it. Whereas if you didn't have these 2 movies, you only had 1 through 3, there's nothing bad there. You know what I mean? To me, again, same kind of thing with Pirates. Like, 4, a lot of people hated. 5, a lot of people, actually more people, I'd say, hated 5, even though I kind of liked it. But, like, again, you look at it, and it's like, all right, well, now, if you left it at 3, you could have said you had an absolute killer trilogy. But now you have 5, and 2 of them are kind of spotty. So now it's like, what are you doing? And you have to, maybe you do 6. Obviously, for Indiana Jones, you'll leave it here. But, you know what I mean? It just kind of hurts the overall saga or franchise of whatever we're talking about. So, maybe I'm overreacting. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think? Do you think it's kind of hilarious that he injured himself because he probably shouldn't be doing it in the first place? Let me know. As always, make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on. I do a brand new video on this channel every single day, and so I hope to see you guys for tomorrow's video.